Yes, sir. It was good, you too. It's your boy, Reg Dollar. I'm back. I'm here to provide y'all an update on the GOATED Fictional Drive classes and everything I got going on. It's been about over a month, but I could say this. I've been making like a lot of progress and working like really hard behind the scenes. And that's kind of the main reason why I haven't been posting anything because I've just been trying to be locked in. And I'm working on like six drive classes. I'm doing multiple things all at once. Like I'm kind of like all over the place doing this, but uh, it's gonna take some time. Like I'm making six of these joints, and the way I make these drive classes is not like you could just finish it in like a couple of days or something like that. Unless I have like so much time on my hands, but I usually work like 6 days a week, so I just try and find time whatever I can to lock in and give y'all the best drive classes that I can. So I've been wanting to put like a hard deadline on like when I'm gonna finish this, but honestly, it's gonna be done when it gets done, and when it is done, it's gonna be done right. So that's the main goal. Trying to provide y'all with like some of the realistic but also like fun drive classes that you could put into my NBA if you want to play like 20 plus years and stuff. But there's obviously limitations in my NBA with like everybody's potential going up and contracts and stuff like that. So like eventually I'll put out a video how I kind of go through and do like my Mind BA stuff like that. And then I also still gonna be putting out the GOATED Fictional League after I finish all these draft classes. I just gotta export everybody's player DNA into and then put them into a roster, then put them in their prime overalls and stuff like that. But like before I really do that, I want to make sure everybody's tendencies is done. So I'm not having to go back and basically do the work twice, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I just want to show y'all a little update and stuff like that. I don't know how long this video is about to be, but I got two drive classes officially done, which is the first one, the GOATED Fictional Drive. Um, if you guys definitely everybody probably didn't watch the videos, but I did the GOATED Legacy series with this drive class, and this is the only one I did. Like I'm telling y'all, I wanted to do it for all six drive classes. Like I did put them all in college hoops. But like me doing a series on it, my nigga, we would have never got the jive classes till like March, till like March Madness. Probably would have took even longer. So I was only doing it for that. And this is how the overalls and stuff came out. And one thing I want y'all to go and look at in the description below, I got the player profiles for all 450 prospects, and it's all coordinated. Go to fictional one, you can see the point guard, shooting guards, stuff like that. But one new thing I added was the rating slash potential tier list. So if you go to that, you can see I made about is it a seven tier list? Well, it's really eight because I got 1.5, I think. So like the tier one, I got tier one golded, which is like, and I put like a little description, like what I kind of think about it, and then I gave y'all examples. So I don't know if I want it. I could show y'all the potentials. I'm like, damn, it kind of defeat the purpose if you already know the potentials. But if you download it, you can check it yourself. So I might as well show y'all niggas feel me. So 97, and then we also got if you go to edit player, you can see like the max and minimum potential. So tier one golded is for ratings 96 and up, and that's what I kind of consider like the best in the world or generational players. And then the examples I gave was like LeBron, Michael Jordan, current day Nikola Jokic, Shaq, Magic Johnson, Giannis. Like usually like the best players are like 96 and up. And then I got tier 1.5, which is like the superstar slash top 10. And usually like what I consider a superstar, you can be the best player on like on a championship team. And I put that from like 93 to 95. And that's considered like the Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, SGA, Luca, Joel Embiid. Like I guess you could put if you really want to argue Luca or like Joel Embiid on like the 96 tier, but yeah, it's whatever. They usually like a 90, they like a 95. I'm probably gonna put out a roster too, based on like how I do my tendencies and stuff and attributes. So look out for that eventually. Tier two, I got franchise players slash all NBA caliber. And I'll say probably perennial like all NBA caliber because like Julius Randle was all NBA player, but like he not been on this tier list. That's a 87 to 92. You got guys like John Morant, Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, Zion, and Bam Adebayo, tier three All Star caliber elite starter, which is 83 to 86 rating. Tier four high caliber starter or six man, so 79 to 82. So it could be like elite defenders like Jalen Suggs, Herb Jones, or a 20-point scorer like RJ Barrett, but he's not like an elite starter or all-star caliber. Another elite role player, Aaron Gordon, or a six-man of the year candidate like a Nas Reed type. So that's the tier four. Tier five, you got the star caliber to like valuable rotation player. And this tier is like how you kind of feel comfortable them being in like the playoffs, you really want to have like a top eight. So you feel comfortable in either these guys being like a fifth starter or just being in your top eight rotation. So like a Tyus Jones, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, Obi Toppin, Brandon Clark. Like they're definitely for sure guys you want there, but they had the limitations. Like Buddy Hield, he just played his first playoff game, like playoff series last year. So potentially he might get played off the floor because his defense, Ty Jones' defense is lacking, but he just brings that regular season presence, and you feel comfortable putting him playing Harrison Barnes. Like that nigga is like one of the most average players. Tier six, low end rotation players, 73 to 75. These are like the ninth, 10th guys, kind of. It could be higher depending on your team, really. You got Torian Prince up here, Davion Mitchell, Lonnie Walker. Nigga really is not in the league. It's crazy to me. Trey Lyles, Jackson Hayes, and then tier seven is the last tier, which is fringe NBA player slash G League or prospect. And that's 72 or lower. You got the Malachi Flynn's, Josh Christopher, Zaire Williams, Darius Baisley, Kai Jones. And that's the tier list I got for everything. Let me scroll through all this shit. And one thing when I was doing this, I was trying to, as much as possible, I was trying to have everybody's archetypes kind of match like who they are and trying to differentiate. So if you go through like the point guards, like look at this top three, you got Tyson Cambridge, playmaking inside out scorer. Let me do it like this. Tyson Cambridge, playmaking inside out scorer. Tyree Smith, three level playmaking slasher, and I could give y'all the shades of so you kind of know like what they play like too. So I love like the fun thing about this is like me thinking about like all these type of players. Like, all right, Tyree Smith, he has shades of Markel Fultz, Jaden Ivey, Shea Alexander, Tyrese Maxey. So like in my head, I'm trying to like, all right, he might got the speed like Jaden Ivey, Tyrese Maxey, but like he got the the pace of like Shea and stuff. Markel Fultz, yo, Markel Fultz is really different at Washington. So um just trying to capture all that into like one player is usually like my goal and stuff. So like the tendencies, that's usually the last thing I do, but that shit takes so long. And if I didn't edit tendencies like other people do, like the full tendencies, this shit would have been done like a while ago. But that just takes up like mad time. And I had to finish that for like four more draft classes. So how much weight is that? That's a smooth like 300. That's a smooth like 300. But I'm halfway done with like some of the draft classes. So tendency is gonna be the death of me, bro. But once I'm done with that, like I'm not gonna want to edit anything again. So just trying to find like different archetypes. Three level slasher. You got perimeter shot creator, perimeter playmaking perimeter creator, inside the arc playmaker, defensive menace, rim attacker, slash and shot creator, balance point. So you got a lot for this point guard spot. At the two guard spot, you got Reggie Mack, two-way scoring phenom. That nigga got buckets at Duke, won a national championship, averaged 21. This is like the Zion and RJ, but better. Rich Mack and Reggie Mack. You got D Coop, two-way, three-level slasher. You got another balanced two guard, sharpshooter, 3 and D, two guard. Yeah, so I like the outcome of this draft class. This draft class is stacked too, and I'm not even gonna lie. Like I didn't finish the fourth draft class, but that might be on par. I think what I might be doing after I finish all these draft classes, I might have like a battle of the classes after like I put all these guys in like a prime overall and see who ends up being the best draft class. So that's just an idea I got. You got Sincere Porter, Darius Carrington, switchable lockdown defender, and just because somebody has a higher overall doesn't mean they have higher potential. So guys just might make an impact. Like look at how many Hawkeyes, one of the best rookies last year, but he doesn't probably has a higher overall coming into 2K, but not more potential than like a Amen Thompson type. So you got to factor some of the stuff in. So if you want immediate threats, you got guys at the top like this, older guys. You got a lot of older wings in this draft class. Mario Ellington. This power forward class was stacked too. This top five right here. There. Dennis Prince leading his team to the national championship game at UNLV. Um, this is as good as it gets at the four spot. And at the five, this top three right here is special. This top three right here is special. Rich Mack, Paint Beast. Trent Beretta, two-way, three-level board hunter. I love Trent Beretta. What was that? What did I put as the shades of? This is definitely about to be a longer video than expected, but it's been a minute, so y'all kind of, I gotta, I gotta feel me. I gotta talk to y'all niggas, man. Uh, Trent Beretta. Damn, if y'all hear that, that's my what's that thing? I don't even know what the hell to call this shit. Something on my chair that's over here rattling and shit. Um, Trent Beretta. I made the shades of Chet Holmgren, Dirk, Kristaps Porzingis, and the late great Bill Walton. Special prospect. And I'm telling y'all, there's about like 13, 14 guys I'll probably be number one pick in the 2024 NBA draft. Uh, that rookie class also is struggling start. You got Dante Carter, tough, Yaroslav. Damn, did I put Zach Edey on his? I know I made a couple like 7'4" niggas. Cause I gotta like for me, I gotta add some size because Rich Mac be a low to guard. Pause, nigga. He be a low to guard, so you gotta have some size. Yeah, I put Zach Edey. So it's shit. Yao Ming, Valanciunas, Brook Lopez, and Zach Edey. He averaged like 20 and 10 as a sophomore at Arizona State. You got the best mid-major player right here, Oliver Jordan. So you got multiple different archetypes. Well, they both paint beasts. Oliver Jordan got a 7'7" wingspan. I think Rich Max shit like an 8'1". Niggas got length in this shit. Pause. No diddy. Oliver Jordan. Oliver Jordan was tough. He went to Santa Clara, averaged 20 and 11. And one of his comparisons, I'm happy I added this because I'm so happy that he's like doing good in the league now. It's Jay Huff because he's been under South Bay Lakers development for like a couple years. I'm mad. He really should be the backup center for the Lakers, but he's been on like a lot of teams recently, like the Nuggets. I think he was on the Magic Summer League at one point. Now he's playing for the Grizzlies, doing well. So I got Jay Huff, Rocco Zarowski, Donovan Clingan, and Mason Plumlee. And the thing for the shades of like, yo, I'm telling you, like over the summer, I was doing like a lot of research and just thinking about like a lot of players over the years, just a whole catalog from like guys at like the starting from like the 60s, 70s, 80s, trying to learn more about players from like back in the day in like the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. Just to add it to the shades of. So I'm telling y'all, go and look through this because you could be like, damn, I ain't hear about this nigga in a minute, or who this? Because it might be a player even coming up now, like a Jasper Johnson or AJ Dabanza getting shades of in this. So I'm telling y'all, this goated fictional draft is different, bro. You're not finding this anywhere else in any level of detail, any of the draft classes. So I'm telling y'all, be patient because when this shit is done, it's gonna be done right, and you're gonna have six draft classes that's gonna last y'all a good brick, a good brick. I'm telling y'all. So this is the one. Go to fictional draft. First one. Go and download this, y'all. This top five is as elite of any class ever, ever, nigga, ever. Like, come on, bro. Like, look at 6 through 10, stacked, loaded. 11 through 15, stacked, loaded. 16 through 20, stacked, loaded. Like, you got guys ready to contribute all the way around, and I'm telling y'all, bro, I'm telling y'all, please, if you do this, use expansion teams. Like, this is kind of made to like you can go up to 36 expansion teams. So if you put all the draft classes that I have in there, 36 teams, like the level of depth is gonna be good. 2K is still weird with the potentials and stuff like that, but if you're able to manage it, it should be good. You got a lot of people contributing, and it's not gonna be like, oh, damn, this team is so ass. Like the level of depth is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be called a golden era for a reason. The talent level is gonna go to a whole nother level. So let me put y'all on to the second draft class real quick. Just the other one that's done. In this class, you got a walking bucket getter in Marquise Allen, who has the highest overall, average 22 a game at Bama, has shades of Devin Booker, Brandon Roy, Markel Fultz, and Mitch Richmond. Shot at 44% on high volume, so he had to get the highest overall. But these two right here, they definitely competing for that number one spot. I wouldn't be mad if you take him at your number one spot. You got Aziz Sane, new prospect that I made, and he is special. Has shades common model watch, has a little bit of variance. We don't know how common model watch is gonna turn out, but Duke, oh my God, bro. I got it. I gotta put out a video on Duke. This team is elite. This is going to be one of the best Duke teams of all time. Like I'm saying that right now. One of the best Duke teams of all time. I'm gonna get into that later. You also got shades of Joel Embiid, Ralph Sampson, and also Miles Turner. So it could be a variance. He might not hit that Joel Embiid superstar peak, but he has that potential. 7'3", fluid, 7'8" wingspan, got some touch to him. Great rim protector. And you could kind of say similar about Troy Benjamin. One of them ones. OG, formerly a Mac, but now it's Troy Benjamin. Um, his main shades of was Kevin Garnett, Anthony Davis, Evan Mobley, and Chris Bosh. So he could do it all. Average about 17 a game, 10 boards, 3.8 blocks, and also shot 61% from the field, 35% from three. Yeah, that nigga might be number one. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Best defender in the class. I think he's better than Z Sonic because he's better on the perimeter. And then right here to round out this three right here, special. But they on the wings, Devontae Tucker, Jeremy Goodson, take your pick. Both of these niggas is like that. And then you got Turn Up Smitty, Larry Legend, the flame the game's been missing. Nigga got hella nicknames. One of them won 6'3" with a 6'10" wingspan. Um, he has a chance of being the best in the class. Probably the damn, I couldn't even say the most electric in the class because you got these three right here. This is the three best athletes, I think, in this class for sure. Larry Smith has shades of Monte Ellis, John Morant, Derrick Rose, Allen Iverson. So this is a franchise point guard right here that you're drafting. And then to round it out, you got Latrell Cross, Jamel McLeod, who's also a new prospect, Ron Hood, he lock up. Ryan McKinnon might be the best shooter, Deion Jones, two-way wing. Deshaun Cook, another great athlete, two-way guy. Probably one of the best 3-and-D guys in this class, Brandon Reese. So you gonna find a lot of talent in this class. I don't think it's as deep as the second one, but definitely got some players for sure. Every class got some players, so gonna cop that up. Go to fictional draft class 2. We got to get these downloads up. You hear me? You hear me, man? Damn, my laptop be loud as hell. MacBook sound like it's about to explode. But yeah, like I was talking about before with the archetypes, you got at the 4 spot. So whole. whole bunch of different archetypes. Three level point forward, slash and stretch forward, versatile defender, two-way interior threat. You got shot creating three level threat, stretch forward, inside the arc scoring threat, three and D threat, stretch forward at the five spot. What's the deepest position in this? Yeah, this class is definitely not as stacked as the other one, but the four spot again, probably the deepest position. And I'm gonna show y'all the other drive classes I'm really working on right now is the tendencies. And this right here, another stack one. Danny Tyler at the head of it. He went crazy. That nigga he put up efficiency like Reed Shepard on higher volume. Danny Tyler, I gave him the shades of Reed Shepard, Stephen Curry, Mark Price, and also the late great Jerry West. 6'3", um, best shooting prospect of all time. Best shooting prospect of all time. Nigga, his shooting splits was 52, 51, and 90. And that's not a typo. When I send it, I'm like, yo. I don't even think I did his 3-point percentage justice because he pulling that bitch from like Jimmer range, Curry range. I just gave him a 92 on his 3-point jumper. But it's very well gonna get to a 99 in his prime though. Like Curry, your 3-point record might be broken by the end of Danny Tyler's career. It's like that. Then you got Omar Barlow. He went to Duke. Kayvon Kabongo, who might be the best prospect to come out of UConn in a while. St. John's, Rick Pitino got one of them ones, and Dior Wright. And you got the Davis twins in this class going to Kentucky, of course. Markel Terry, three level, 7 feet tall, 260, a low, three-level score. Joe Banks, Sigma. I don't know what this archetype means, but I saw it. I'm like, damn, let's keep it. Might as well, but he like a point forward. Tevin Wilson, slash and shot creator, Jimbo Jackson. The front court is stacked in this, not gonna lie. Like this top three at the center spot. You also got Tyson Dawkins, one of the best defenders. Noah Dempsey. I think he went to Charlotte. Oh, Chattanooga. Four spot. You got some depth here. I like this top four. Andries Rucker. One of the best defenders in the class. Shane Baker, small ball four. Don't know why it says that because nigga is 6'10". The wing spot, Shea Holloway, Jalen Miller, Deron Frazier, balance wing, Niles Leslie, knockdown shooter. Then on the two guard spot, not crazy depth, but you got some guys that could turn into something. Mo Davis, obviously the one in that class. Scotty Brown went to Duke, has potential, one of the best athletes in the class. Joshua Barnes, no, he known about his buckets. Cam Thomas type. Dustin Day, another athlete. Point guard spot. Yeah, this point guard spot like that. Caden Graham, I think, is probably the most underrated in the class, but he might struggle coming into the league. But I think he could develop into some. And also shout out Adrian Sparks too. So this top three at the point guard spot and that center spot is loaded. This draft class, one of them ones. Go and download that. It's not fully done though. Let me show y'all. Like I did the point guard tendencies. Still got to edit this part though. Yeah, still a little bit of work to do. But for the most part, all this stuff and on is done. And it's 15 point guard, 15 players in each position, so that should be taking dumb long. I'm not gonna hold y'all. That's would be the hold up. This will really be the hold up. But yeah, point guard is done. I think the centers, not only the top guys for the centers. Yeah, so I still got work to do on this draft class, but you can still use them. Also, like what I did was like the basic tendencies. So if you were to put them in my NBA right now, you could use that because like the centers or the guys that should be shooting threes at a certain level of volume threes, like they're gonna be taking that. So I also wanted to get that out so I could start playing with that. But for them to get them playing how I want them to play, I still gotta edit the rest of the tendencies. So that's a work in progress. Draft class number 4. I think out of the three I showed so far, number one is still obviously the best. Rich and Reggie Mack are probably the two best prospects you're probably gonna see in this, but draft class number four as a whole, it might be the deepest one. Let's let's jump into that real quick. You got three guys at an 83 overall. I don't even know who the hell will be number one pick in this. This is basically up to personal preference. And after number one pick, the next three is insane. All right, let's start off at the top three. AJ Rose. Let me paint the picture, my nigga. Let me paint the picture. AJ Rose, 6'9", 215 with a 7'2" wingspan. Two-way wing creator. Top three attributes is his athleticism, inside scoring, playmaking. Has shades of Grant Hill, LeBron James, Marquise Johnson, and Scottie Pippen. So those four, what they all have in common, all known as point forwards. He went to Georgia Tech. I don't remember the last prospect that was really like that went to Georgia Tech. Damn, who the fuck went to Georgia Tech? Like the first person that came to my mind is 3D Dennis Scott. I damn sure ain't watch him at Georgia Tech. Shades of, I already talked about Shades of. He put up 20 points, 8.6 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.5 steals, 1.4 blocks, and shot 49, 37, and 74. That's a generational prospect, bro. That is a generational prospect. But the problem is, you got two other generational prospects 7'4", 350. 250. I was saying 350 type. Wow. Nigga said, well, it's the big show. But nah, this is Dimitri Kalitis, has shades of all international players, and he's from Greece. And you won't believe the school he went to. My brother is out of Northwestern trying to get that degree. He said he could go back and get that degree. Wanted to go to really smart school. Nigga should have went to Duke, but it's all cool. Has shades of Arvydas Sabonis, Nikola Jokic, Marc Gasol, and Pau Gasol. Average 21 and 11 and 3 assists and 2 blocks a game on 56, 43, and 81 shooting. Generation. Generational prospect. And then you got Tank right here. Can't use the name Uno, so that's really his nickname, because he the one. But real name, Unique and Noko. Let me pull up. Hold on. All right, yeah, this nigga, he went crazy at Florida State. Shades of Charles Barkley, Zion Williamson, Rodney Rogers, and Larry Johnson. Grandmama. Uh, averaged 23 points a game, 9.5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1.7 blocks, shot 58, 35, and 75. So you got a little bit of touch to him. Slash and shot creator. So take your pick who you want. This top three right here. You win the lottery if you got the third pick. Shit, nigga, if you get the sixth or seventh pick, you win the lottery. You got Austin Gilmore in this class, Khalif Kingston, Jabari McKenzie. Like these guys are all worthy of being number one picks. Dario Dijakovic, Alpha Aminu, Scott Kane, Russell Marshall. Like that top 10 is as good as any. And then when you scroll down to it, you got other special prospects. Um, Let me go by position. Other notable guys, Rob Thornton and Debo Diagne, two monsters at the center spot. Then you got a 7'3", 350, 250, 8-foot wingspan of Landon Roy. At the power forward spot, you got a new prospect, Makai Parker, went to DePaul. I think he has shades of like Rudy Gay, Scotty Barnes, DeMar DeRozan, and Brandon Ingram. Kason Wheeler in this class, Tristan Mashburn, elite 3-and-D guy, and Eric Tyler, the brother of Danny. You got Stanley Patterson, Abdul Muhammad, I think he went to Nova. Eddie Mosley went to Kansas, I believe. Kenny Black has potential to be the best shooting guard in this class. Kenny Black and Jaden Jackson. But coming out of the gate, I think Kobe Evans probably gonna have that immediate impact. And the point guard spot, oh my God. I forgot how low this point guard spot is. Like not right away potential, but you got 6'8" Kyle Beacham, 6'4" Dante McKenzie, um, Pierre Duval, who might be one of the fastest point guards in the class, or might be the fastest point guard, him or Austin Gilmore. Tyus Rogers, who I'm high on as well. This fourth class is special. Go and cop that. Still gotta finish the rest of the tendencies though. And then let me show y'all what I've been working on recently. I just put them into college hoop sim, so I was able to get out the overalls and the potentials over the past week. Been working on the signatures. Haven't finished it for everybody, but I did it for point guards, shooting guards, and just a couple of the top players from the rest of that. So I got to go back and finish that. That's what I've been working on recently. But this draft class has been fun as well. And the main thing was reason why it's been like really fun because it's new. Every single prospect is new since I'm expanding. So the number one player is Dexter Liggins, 7'2", 235, slash and paint beast. And where he at? Where he at on here? Yeah, Dexter, he been. Mm. I had to put a prospect at UNC. I'm so disgusted. You know UNC don't get no damn top prospects anymore. This ain't the 80s and 90s. But he's one of the ones restoring that feeling at UNC. Has shades of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I could just stop right there. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Uh, so that's another generational prospect. Evan Mobley, Ralph Sampson, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's where that slash and paint beast comes from. Put up about 21 a game, 10 boards, and 3.5 blocks, and shot 58% from the field. We're trying to stretch it out from the 3 point line. Free throw, something to work on, 59%, but for sure the number one prospect. And then you got Malik Skywalker. So you could kind of tell in his name what type of player he is. Shades of Julius Irvin, Gerald Wallace, Kawhi Leonard, but also Giannis Antetokounmpo. He is 6'7", has a 7'3" wingspan, uh, elite in transition. Grab and go guy, but also getting into that midi though. Ahmed Khalifa, shades of Tim Duncan, Marcus Aldridge, Joakim Noah, Brad Daugherty, another special prospect, went to Stanford. So I try to diverse all the schools. I didn't want everybody to go to like Duke and Kentucky's, or I guess you put Arkansas because you know John Calipari could be getting them niggas. Then Dave Valentine, 6'5", 195. But this nigga got some serious wiggle. Shades of Allen Iverson, Kyrie Irving, Jamal Crawford, and Monte Ellis. Average 19 at LSU. You got Sean Merriweather, 6'8", 250, tank. Shades of that bitch ass nigga, Karl Malone, LeBron James, George McGinnis. See, I'm telling y'all, George McGinnis. Like, who making a guy that has shades of George McGinnis? Nobody. And also, the last one is about to be funny that he's even in a conversation. His name, Thad Young. I nigga Thaddeus Young. Yes, sir. I know y'all seen that graphic. It was like Thad Young in the graphic with like Larry Bird, LeBron. So I kind of just had to put him in there, and it kind of fits a little bit. You got Jake Shields. This power forward position is tight. Damn, most of the power forward positions been tight loaded. I'm not gonna lie. But you got Jake Shields, has shades at Cam Boozer, so prospect coming up. My nigga going to Duke, of course. Tom Gugliotta, hope I'm pronouncing his name right. K Love and Michael Beasley. So a couple different guys. Average 19 and 9 at BYU. Probably the best prospect that's coming out of BYU and all this before I guess like AJ Dubance really commits there. And you got Rocco Hazanja, had to add some international flavor in this. Feel me? Been trying to do that a lot. And he went to the Brotherhood. Hashtags of Bojan Bogdanovic, Hito Turkoglu, Danilo Gallinari, and the last one is Larry Bird. I think this might be the only Larry Bird comparison. The average 19, 8, 2.5 assists, shot 48, 38, and 80. Um, 6'10", 235, Swiss Army knife, but could really shoot it. So I like that archetype for him. Other prospects I wanted to look at. Graham Nielsen. Dang, I had his name something else, but like I think it was 2K, the Czech and Fifth Foul language. I had to change his name. I think it was like something Nightingale, but I had to change his name. It kind of sounded like Graham Nielsen. Um, 6'5", 195. That shades of Steve Nash, Pete Maravich, Ricky Rubio, and Stephen Curry. Averaged 19 and 6 at Oregon in his freshman season. So not quite Pistol Pete numbers, but he definitely liked that and flashy. Other guys, Jordan Devine, Shabazz McQueen, my nigga Ray Gunn. I had to put somebody named Ray Gunn. I'm like, oh, that shit's like fire. Speak about Ray Gunn, I gotta download Call of Duty after this. I haven't played Call of Duty in a minute. Kayshawn Spades in his class, Kofi Owusu, um, Quan Remington, Chase Melbourne, Najee. So try to have a lot of international flavor throughout the draft classes. Kind of made a lot of African names. Feel me? Shout out to the country Africa. But yeah, this is all the faces for all this, and got work to do on that draft class. Now let me show y'all the last one, which got surprisingly, I think the third most downloads. Yo, y'all gotta get these up. I'll tell y'all because most of these is done. Well, actually, well, more done than the other ones, but this last one surprisingly got the most downloads. Third most downloads, but it's not even close to being done. I didn't even put them in the college hoops yet. But this is I did all the faces for all these guys. So this is Devon Charles. Who am I making him after? David Robinson, DeAndre and Amari Stoudemire, Sean Kemp. So he like a physical specimen, athlete type. Yuri Kaneko. I think I made him in other draft classes. I wasn't gonna bring him back, but I'm like, damn, might as well try and make him a little bit better than what he was. I think that nigga was weak. Keith Hamlin. He might be one of them ones. Hakeem Olajuwon, Anthony Davis, Kevin Garnett, and the common Malawach. Shades of Akeem Wooten. That nigga sound like he big. You don't want to mess with. It sound like nigga sound like a middle linebacker. 6'10", 260 though. Nigga could be a bodyguard. Shades of Bill Bob Lanier, Zach Randolph, Julius Randle. So you got three lefties right there, and then Elton Brand. So that's a man. And then wanted to add an undersized big that was really like that. Where he at? And I'm working on Keaton Stackhouse. 6'7", 245 with a 7'3" wingspan. I gotta show y'all. He look crazy though. He look mad long. Pause. Strong as hell. Has shades of Draymond Green, Wes Unseld, nor Chad O'Meara, who's playing at Baylor. He's definitely not gonna be an NBA player. But I needed some undersized type big I could kind of model his game out there. And then also Isaiah Stewart. So we'll see how he ends up turning out as a player. Any other notable centers? I like how the faces came out in these though. Trying to make it as realistic as possible and everybody look different. So I think I did a pretty good job with the faces. Might end up editing a little. This one that's kind of like a little off, but it might just be the hair. Amir Khan at the four spot. Who was notable at the four? Let me go through the shades up real quick. Norman Barksdale, shades of Paulo, Tobias Harris, Carmelo, and Big Dog Glenn Robinson. Yusuf Diallo, shades of Pascal, James Worthy, Lamar Odom, Giannis. Is there anybody else? This is gonna be I got two fun ones at the fourth spot. Not making. Evan Kavanaugh, shades of Dirk, Kiki Vandeweghe, Laurie Marketing. I spelled this nigga name wrong. Let me fix that real quick. Jack Sigma, so stretch big type. And then Kelvin Francis, 6'11", 215, shades of Kevin Durant, Bob McAdoo. And if you don't know who Bob McAdoo, do your research, man. Former MVP, I think, back in the day. That nigga was putting out numbers. Kevin Garnett and also Jonathan Bender. So you do got that bust potential. And then anybody else that interests me. All right. So we can move into the small forward spot. Top guys at the small forward, I'm probably making. Oh, this Wade Wingate. He about to be a fun prospect. It's Ahmed Thompson, Latrell Sprewell, Ron Harper, and DeMar DeRozan type. Shamari Wells, Joe Johnson, Paul Pierce, Luka Doncic, Cade Cunningham type of prospect. Uh, Dang, I forgot to say his last name. But Stefano, George Gervin, Grant Hill, Brandon Ingram, and Tony Parker. This nigga's 6'8", and I'll put Tony Parker, but that nigga's about to be slippery like some butter going down the lane. Smooth as hell. Anybody else? Anybody else that intrigues me at the small forward spot? Oh, Cedric Briscoe. One of them ones. Could be one of them ones coming out of this draft class. 6'8", 235, shades of Kawhi Leonard, Ron Artest, Dominique Wilkins, and the last one is what could have been, man. Len Bias. Len Bias. Like I'm telling y'all, man. Damn near every player you could think of. Like, nigga, I got Will Bynum in this bitch. I got Will Bynum in here. Like, players Chase Buninger. Like, I'm just going through some of this Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Like, names that you probably haven't heard in a while. Kelly Chaprika from back in the day. Niggas probably like young niggas are like, who the fuck is that? Shit, good thing is you can find them in NBA 2K in the all-time roster, some of these players. But like, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm trying to have all these type of different type of prospect players from the past, present, and the future, all turned into one player. Everybody's gonna be all unique, and that shit gonna be tough when this is all said and done. And then when you guys doing golden MBAs, rebuildings with these draft classes, or doing go to fictional league if you guys want to do your own fantasy draft. And I'm not gonna lie, the fantasy draft I did took like 3 hours last year because you couldn't. One, I don't know if 2K. I ain't looking at fantasy draft this year, but the one thing about 2K's fantasy draft last year, I controlled every single team when I did it, so you couldn't see like who was on the team. You couldn't look at the roster, so I had to go back and look at the draft order every single time. And it was like is it a snake draft where like you got like say you got the first pick, you got the 30th pick in the next round. So it was like something like that. So I had to that shit took so long doing that. Let me see other prospects. Other niggas you probably haven't heard of in a minute. Anybody? Marshawn Brooks, like Joe Dumars, Alvin Robinson, one of the biggest thieves in the NBA. Average like some of the most steals. You got a John Starks type of player in here. Sasha Vujicic, Jeff Hornacek, got it here. Isaiah Thomas, Zeke, Pistons, Isaiah Thomas, Mac McClungan in this motherfucker, DJ Augustine, Gus Williams. Like I'm just going through some of this. Darren Williams, Devin Harris, like Fat Lever, Tyler Eulis, nigga. Like yo, I'm telling y'all, Mookie Blaylock, like Tahad Pettiford coming up, going to Auburn this year. Shout out Jersey. Yeah, man. I'm turning this shit up, bro. It's your boy Reg Dollar. Still got to lock in and finish the rest of these, but when it's gonna be done, it's gonna be done right. As always, stay safe, be goated. I'll see y'all. I'm out.